So I'm here today to show you the new Frogfish that I've just installed. I'd sent away to Amazon. I was actually quite surprised. It arrived in about 3 days coming up here into Canada. I'm testing it on a pretty stumpy lake, Westwood Lake in Nanaimo. And the idea behind this is that when it hits stumps or rocks, it collapses, it retracts. So lots of stumps in this lake, so it's a good lake to test it. It would be great in the rivers. It's certainly good with a lot of those lakes where there is a lot of stumps that are very difficult to see. If you've ever experienced, a stump unexpectedly hit, you've probably experienced also going in the water. I've actually had it happen in the winter. I've been in some pretty cold lakes like Comox Lake. So, anyways, this is going to be quite interesting testing this. One of the things I also want to see is how well it holds the course of the 14-footed Munson here. So that's another thing we'll check out. And just basically looking at it, it does spring back. So we'll maybe look at it a little bit more detail after. So,
as I mentioned, Westwood Lake has a lot of stumps in it. So we're gonna be heading for a few of these stumps, and I've actually been knocked off the board hitting these stumps because they're just below the surface and you hit them unexpectedly. The other thing that we're going to test, of course, is how the Frogfish Fin keeps the board on a straight course. Well, I actually went over one stump and I did feel it, but it certainly didn't jar me. And as you can see, the Frogfish Fin is doing its job. It's holding the board on a straight course. Now, the Frogfish Fin is not designed like the racing fin that was on this board, but it doesn't appear to be slowing the board down that much.
So we're going to get a little closer look at the Frogfish here. So there it is basically, and just sort of get an idea. It's built quite heavy duty. Maybe get an idea how thick this thing is. So you can kind of see the thickness of it here. There's a spring in there that brings it back.
I would say on a first experience testing the Frogfish Fin that it definitely is doing its job. This might not belong on a racing board, but certainly on a touring board or an inflatable where you're in an area where there's submergible objects that you're bound to hit. Yeah, for $99 it makes sense.